Is Bitcoin mining worth it in February 2019? So let's mine away. Hello guys and welcome back to BitTruth with your host Mark Luther. In today's video we're looking at Bitcoin mining. Is Bitcoin mining worth it, and is it really worth or profitable to start your own Bitcoin mining operations, small or large scale? So let's dig into the numbers. Anyways, a brief description of the market right now. You have Bitcoin at $3,400, $424 depending on the exchange. Anyways, it has been nearly about 3 months right now since Bitcoin went from $6 to $3,000, so until it halves and then all the problems. Anyways guys, we're going to look at mining. Anyways, this is the website called ASIC Miner value. Now look, these numbers are too overly optimistically inserted into here, because these are not reliable numbers. Some of them are either too inflated or too depreciated, so don't rely on these are just fake. Even with the SC1 immersion, it's different. Even with the release, you're going to have different difficulties. There's a lot of factors we're going to talk about at the end of the video. Anyways, the Ebank EBIT 11 plus. Now we have been talking about this miner for quite a while. It has been controlling the SHA-256 profitability, algorithmic charts. Anyways, here you have more than one website which sells it. Now in Europe, you're going to get really inflated prices, which I really hate. If you're living in Europe, I'm living in the UK. It's really close to Europe, maybe with Brexit. Anyways, if you're living in Europe, I don't believe Bitcoin mining is really worth it. I believe outright investing, because we all know that in Europe you have really huge prices per one household, especially on electricity, 20-30 cents, okay, and that's like in dollars, USD, cents per kilowatt hour. So they have different calculations. Of course if you have free electricity, that's a different course. Anyways, the price of one on the official website, which is not secure for some reason, maybe they don't have the SSL certificate, $2,024, not giving to account the CBP, in the US, customs, and maybe you will have more fees, VAT, there's a lot of things to actually put into account. So anyways, we have 44,000 gigahashes with 1,980 watts, give or take 5 to 10%, depending on your things. Pool fees. Now with pool fees, I cannot really say the percentage, because every pool has a different percentage, the withdrawals, all that, so there's a lot of fees to come into account. So me saying the pool fee is 1%, it's not that reliable, so let's keep it 0. The power cost is 12 cents per kilowatt hour, since most of the viewers of this channel are from the USA. You have the price of Bitcoin is a bit like by $40, but maybe it will pump. Anyways, 2024, let's calculate, let's dig into the numbers. Anyways, days to break even, 2,000 days. That's even worse than GPU mining. Who knew that Bitcoin mining could be worse than GPU mining? And people are complaining. Anyways, you are going to make 4 cents profit per hour. Per day you are going to make 94 cents profit. That's after electricity. Now if you're having free electricity, which most of the people that contact me do, you're just going to put this at 0, calculate 300 days, and you're on your merry way to make some profit. So daily with the EBIT, you can make $6 profit, because you don't have any power costs. A lot of people are saying, I'm living with my parents, so do you think it's a good idea that I buy an ASIC miner, start mining, making some of that crypto cash? So this can be a really quick illustration to actually show you if you can make some quick crypto cash. $2,000 annually, that's really good, and that's per miner, guys. Now I got some some problems with ASIC Miner Xeon. It's not personal problems, I got some complaints that some people talk about them being shady or just not really in a good light. So I'm not taking their numbers, I'm not taking their ASIC miners, because it's BitTruth, we're on the channel of BitTruth. Anyways, let's go to the next ASIC miner. We're talking about the Silicon T343T. Now, as you can see, this is mining on the SHA-256, which we're discussing, with 43 terahashes per second, 2100 watts of power, give or take, you know, some percentages, about 5. You know, you're having also in Europe, you know, big percentages. You know, retailers always just, you know, inflate the prices, especially when you have a product that does not sell. A product that does not sell does not make any profit. You know, and that's at least for the people who have a lot of inventory. Anyways, silicon, $2,279, which is, I think, is less. And that's, you know, without the pool fees. No, not pool fees, I mean with the VAT and all that stuff and shipping. So 5-day, what is this? For limited quantity for March. Delivery is open for pre-order now. 5 days volume special. So is this like a special promotion, you know, campaign? I'm not sure. Anyways, let's go and calculate, crunch up some numbers. As you can see, some numbers up in here. 5,000 days to break even. Hourly 2 cents profit, 44 cents per day, you know, profit. And that's profit after you pay electricity. Now, what I keep telling people is that electricity and all that stuff, you know, throughout the month, Bitcoin has a lot of, you know, price changes. You can trade that. There's, you know, a lot of, you don't pay your electricity daily. You know, not someone just comes knocking on your door and tells you, pay me 25 cents every single hour. It just does not work that way. It's either per month or per 2 weeks. You know, it's just that how it works. If you trade, if you buy proof of stake coins, maybe a coin goes by 15%. I believe these figures can, you know, go to much lower in terms of days to break even, and of course the profit to go, you know, better. Anyways, let's be overly optimistic for once, because we're living in a recession right now in the crypto world. $2,000 annually. You know, guys, what I like about cryptocurrencies is that if you have, you know, if you have the luxury, you know, not to pay your electricity, okay, either you are living with your parents or in college or in university or at work or wherever you are, you know, you can get literally free money. You know, it's literally free. Like, how much will you pay? Like, per year you're going to break even. Let's say you have, like, you know, a couple $1,000s to spend here and there. You can buy yourself, like, what, 3 miners for 6,000, maybe like 5 miners for 2,000. Maybe here it's a bit cheaper. Let me check. You can buy like 5 miners for $10,000 and just, you know, get daily about, you know, $30, for example, and you can, you know, make some money, you know, online if you have, you know, free electricity. But if you haven't, you know, we have to live in desperate days. Anyways, Antminer S15, 28 terahashes per second with a nice 1,596 watts. Now, if you go back in my videos, back to December, I think, was it December? I'm not sure. In 2018, you can check out, or November, you can check out how inflated, you know, and how overhyped this miner is particularly. You know, a lot of people, oh, $1.50 per day profit, okay, that's without the income revenue, that's like net profit, you know. And a lot of people were hyping it. Yo, this is the best thing. This is the thing that is going to let us jump off cliffs. Well, it's not going to let you jump off cliffs. Now, don't depend on these numbers. Okay, we're going to make our own. Anyways, because you know, these are not based on difficulty and also based on different numbers. You know, here you have different retailers selling it. So for $1,000 from Bitmain, you can get this miner, 28 terahashes, which is today is obsolete. You know, you had like miners with 44 and 43 terahashes per second. Anyways, as you can see, 12 cents, 28, you know, 1,596, give or take, of course. You know, and here, days to break even, never. Even with this miner, you know, in the US, mining with this is just not worth it. I mean, I'm not even believing that there are, no, here, yeah, some people in the US, you know, Blockforge or whatever this is, selling this miner, okay, you know, for how much? You know, $1,600, and it's not making any profit. You know, daily you're losing, annually you're losing. So let's say you have like the budget of Ice Rock scamming. Let's see, how much. So for Ice Rock scamming, you can get $1,000 annually. Anyways, guys, so importantly, is it worth to mine Bitcoin? So these are the three miners we've saw: the Ebank EBIT, you know, the InnoSilicon T343T, and also the S15 28 terahashes. Now, of course, the EBIT E11++, not the plus alone. Anyways, is it worth to mine Bitcoin in February 2019? Let me just put things into perspective here. Now, I believe Bitcoin mining is not worth it, you know, especially if you have an insane electric rate, especially like 12 cents, 13, 15, 30, 50, 60, $1, I don't know. I believe that, you know, third world countries that have a bit of cheaper electricity, or you're living, you know, near, you know, place where there's a lot of sunny days, you know, you can get some solar panels installed and have everything just in check. So really what I'm trying to say here, that mining Bitcoin, okay, especially nowadays, is not worth it. If you have, of course, solar panels, I think that's nearly really cheap, you know, that's nearly on the scale of free, you know. But if you don't have solar panels and you live in Europe where it's always cloudy, raining, snowing, you know, and the electric rate is really high, I believe outright investing, outright trading is the correct way, even though I hate to say, you know, outright investing, because the amount of difficulty, I mean amount of risk that you're going to have, risk to reward, is really low when you buy Bitcoin outright. When you buy an ASIC miner, at least ASIC miner has some value, you know, at least $10, even if crypto disappears, you know, and at least you can mine Bitcoin, okay, and resell that miner if things don't turn out to be green, everything just goes ugly. So things about, you know, you need to think about cryptocurrency mining as the least, you know, risk to reward ratio that, you know, you will ever see the crypto space. You know, a lot of people talk, why don't you invest, you know, in staking coins? Even though I have, you know, some Neo, I have some Ontology, I have, you know, a Lostos, okay, I bought the other day, you know, when I made that video. Also, I have a bit of, you know, inflationary grin, which is not of our topic. What I'm trying to say is that not everything, okay, is always as it should to be. You know, even in, you know, staking, you have difficulty as mining, okay. The more enter the network, I think, the less. Even if you want to stake some Neo, let's see the price of gas. It's $1.89, you know, at the peak of $70, I think, per gas. So you see where I'm going, you know. There's a lot of different things in this market, and if you're patient, okay, I'm trying to be realistic here. If you're patient, if you can wait until this market just, you know, this whole recession, this whole dump, this whole depression phase to disappear, you know, until then, I don't believe Bitcoin mining is worth it, unless you have free electricity, you have all that stuff. I believe right now the best option you can do in terms of mining, either GPU, ASIC, or with Bitcoin mining with an ASIC or FPGAs, I believe the best thing you can do is just go and get, you know, yourself an ASIC miner to mine an altcoin. And, you know, the other day I watched Bosscoin made a video about Spondoleeze. You know, I think their miner, which is the, let me check this out, which is about like $4,000, $3,000, $6,000, you know, worth of, you know, equipment from the manufacturer, you know. So what I'm trying to say is that if you want to really get your, you know, your toes into the water, and you really want to start mining, want to feel how it feels, you know, to make some profit every day by just looking at your miner just making some noise and making you some heat in the winter, well, you can get yourself a good ASIC miner, you know, at least one, and you could test your way onto cryptocurrencies. And I'm going to, I think, to make, you know, a video about 5 reasons to mine and 5 reasons not to mine. You know, I want people to understand about cryptocurrency mining, because a lot of people just keep saying, you know, GPU mining is not profitable, bro, it's just garbage. You know, even when you say it's garbage, okay, that's depending on your situation. Depending on your situation, it's garbage, but depending on mine, or Mr. X or Mr. Z, it's a different thing, right? Because if you have solar panels, if you're in college, you can get different electric rates, you can get different profitability ratios. And in the other video, GPU mining, is it worth it, in February 2019, you can check that video on the corner right here. The thing is that what I want to say is that you have different deals on the market, and I think there's another video that is coming out later this week. There's different deals. Okay, there's golden deals on eBay, RX 580 for 120 bucks, I remember. So guys, if I were you, I would reconsider. I would look at my situation, look if it's good, look if I could get some solar panels. Summer is coming along, after a couple months, and maybe you can get a piece of the crypto cake. More than that, guys, thank you for watching, and hopefully you guys made your mind about, is Bitcoin mining profitable. See you guys on the next one.